Hi everyone. So I completely forgot to take an intro for this, so enjoy this little video of me making sure the camera is at the right angle. Today we're just going to do a little deep clean of my tools and chat, so let's get started. This week I didn't do a lot of throwing. I was mostly focused on my handles and getting those mugs really nice. Since I'm doing prototypes, none of them look the same right now, but it'll help me kind of narrow down what kind of handle I want, what kind of shape I want. Do I want to do all these underglaze patterns, or do I want to do just glazes for right now? I got a bunch of pieces back from the kiln, which I need to take pictures of. They're done, which I'm so excited about. They all came out so pretty. It's so awesome that I'm coming so far along, and I saved a couple of pictures in my camera roll from like the very first pieces that I made, not knowing anything. And so I was happy to just put a hole in it, and I'm like, look at this tiny little shot glass that I made. I didn't keep it. And so I'm just slowly trying to like get better at this and learn new techniques and just start challenging myself. So I've been drawing more, and I feel like, oh my gosh, I have something to put this on. So it's really nice to be able to blend functional and creative together. And now I like look at my pieces and I'm like, I would use this. So it's about like what I like, not what anyone else likes. And I'm still in the phase where like I'm giving my friends and family my pieces, but I'm happy to give them something, and I'm like, I made this. What I'm learning now is like 5 or 6 pieces is my happy like working point. So I try to keep that many pieces in every different stage. I'm not trying to get 100 mugs made and then post them all at once, because I have no need for 100 mugs right now. And so 5 or 6 gets me being creative and going through all the process and taking what I learned from one process and now evolving the next process. And then each time I'm going through it, I'm really learning something new. And so I was really happy that these mugs are turning out pretty well so far. You know, anything could happen from here, but I did it. And I was really avoiding it for a while, I'm not gonna lie. Handles are hard, mugs are, you know, I didn't want to be the mug person either. And I saw someone post like, oh, how are you gonna be a potter and only know how to do mugs? Now I'm looking at it, I'm like, that's not true. If mugs are all you want to make, that's awesome, like do that. Like I'm trying to make vases, I'm trying to make small pieces. Eventually I want to keep moving up my sizes. So I bought some more clay today. I think what I'm gonna have to do is mix this current, like the new clay that I've been using with the old clay. They're the same cone, they're practically the same mix, just, I mean, that's not completely true, they are different brands, but basically the same, except one has sand, one doesn't have sand. So I think combining those will get me a good happy medium until I use it all, or at least most of the old stuff, because I don't want to throw it away. Back to my original point, I've been working on like 5 or 6 pieces in each different stage so that I can use what I've learned consistently and not have to go back to square one. And so keeping it in this variety of what I'm doing in a week has been super helpful, because I'm seeing growth in every piece, which is so cool. That's what's new on the clay side. Work side, life side. Work was very busy this week, and we're starting to train someone, which I'm very excited for, but I basically lost my whole Friday to training. But he has some experience, so he just needs to learn like our processes and a couple things that he wasn't super exposed to. And then we're basically throwing him in, and I'm excited because I'm taking on more projects by myself and also like working with the staff more rather than being the only staff on our team. And I'm trying to also like take a step back from other people's projects and be like, no, if you're gonna, this is not my job for your project. It's like, if you're gonna take on this project, it's your job to fail or do a good job without like relying on me. Because I tend to be like, oh, do you need help? Do you need help? Do you need help? Like, I'm here. but I'm not gonna be able to do that anymore because I'll have my own projects to focus on. And then in the world of my health, I talked to my doctor on Tuesday, and I was like, oh, these new meds that I'm doing on are so great. It's been helping with the pain a lot. Immediately after, it's been getting worse, and I'm just like, oh my God, I jinxed it. I told her I didn't want to keep increasing it because it's one of those things that your body will get used to over time. She's like, you're on the minimum dose right now, so we have plenty of room if you ever notice that. And I'm like, oh, that's great to know, but I think I want to stay where I'm at right now, because if I need to be on this for a long time, I don't want to be super close to the high dose, because what happens when that doesn't work? And then I have my second MRI on Monday to see if there's been any changes in the tumor that I have. If there's not any like significant changes, we are good to basically wait on surgery and just keep an eye on it, which, cross your fingers, that's how it is. Because I was really nervous for a while when this first started, and was like, oh my God, I'm gonna need to do surgery because nothing else is working for the pain that I have. Even if if it is benign right now, like, I can't live like this. And so I feel like this new year has just been going really well so far, and we're gonna keep that going. And I've just been making a lot of changes personally to make sure that I can get through it and, you know, stay positive with everything too. Okay, so this is like my little slip bucket for when I'm throwing, so it doesn't all go directly in the water. I'm just gonna soak this for a minute because it's gross right now. And then I'm gonna clean all my bats. So it's looking up a lot more than when all of this first started. I'm not nearly as like nervous or anxious as I was before. And, you know, things are starting to go in the right track again. I'm not feeling just like nearly as defeated as I was before, which is making me so happy. Because I can focus on other things. It doesn't feel like I just have this weight hanging over me anymore. Because I felt like I couldn't focus on literally anything else than, oh my God, what's gonna happen? Oh my God, what's gonna happen? Like, let's just get it over with because I don't want to think about this. And it was consuming my life for like 4 or 5 months. In all reality, that's a very short period of time compared to what some people are going through, but I'm also not gonna play down what was going on in my life. Like, it was happening, it sucked. And it still sucks because I know that eventually something might need to be done about it. But that's okay. That will happen when it happens, if it needs to happen. Okay, I'm gonna let that one dry. My boyfriend just got done with his super late nights and very busy schedule, at least temporarily. So I'm excited that we'll get to hang out more again these next couple of weeks, as long as my schedule's not super crazy. And then early February, I'm actually gonna go out to see my dad's side of the family, which is in Missouri. But I'm excited. I get to see my little sister, see my dad, see my stepmom, and then a couple of other family members that are out there, because it actually worked out that it's a slower time from my schedule before I get into all of those like my in-charge projects. So it worked out really well. I'm still gonna bring my computer and work because my sister will have school, my dad will work, my stepmom will work. So I'll be working while I'm out there, but like I'll get to spend the weekend like fully with them. And as always, it's just nice to get out there and have a little bit of change of pace. It's definitely a much slower pace than California, even just like the driving. The roads are always so quiet. And they live in a very small town. One Christmas, and it was so cute because they literally had a Christmas parade around the town square. I was like, oh my God, like that's so different from what happens out here. You know, we have a parade and stuff, but it just feels so like big and overdone now. And they were just giving hot chocolate out They were throwing candy, and it was pretty much like the high school football team, the fire department, that kind of stuff. And it was just so nice and like homey. And I don't live in LA. I don't live in like a huge city by any means. It's a big city, but I'm not even in the craziest part of California. With the wildfires going on, I know a couple people down south. I made sure they're okay. It's just terrible what happened, and I feel for anyone that's lost their home. And with just the state of everything right now, I just hope everyone's doing okay, and we'll get through whatever happens moving forward, and just make sure you take care of yourself and take care of those around you. Even if they don't need help, check in on your friends. We've got some family stuff now going on, which I'm not going to go into detail on for respect of their privacy. But I have a feeling just a lot of new challenges are going to be happening for the people in my life, and I want to make sure I can be there for them the same way they've been there for me. I don't know where I was going with that, so that was my spiel for the day. Once I get all of these bats done, I'm gonna lay them out on the table so they dry flat. I've gotten a couple of them with warping so far. Nothing crazy, and I do use that, like, what is it, the easy mat thing to prevent it from like super wiggling. I find that helps. I'm also gonna wipe down my wheel after I finish these last two because I was trimming, and so it's just a little dusty from when I was doing that. And it's not bad since I've been using less water with this new clay, which is also huge plus. So I haven't been getting it nearly as gross in the splash pan. Very happy about that. What else has been going on, guys? I think that's really it right now. Oops. Okay, last one. One thing we're looking at doing is I really need to work out. And I say this all the time, but like actually need to now, and like need to be committed to it. So we're going to start, I hope, joining the climbing gym again, which is so much fun. I just need to be consistent with it, otherwise I get nowhere. I don't know if any of you guys have ever been climbing. We were doing the ropes first because that's what I was more comfortable with, and then we moved on to bouldering. I've only ever done 1v3, and it just feels it's so low compared to like some of these regulars go, and I was just like, gosh, I wish I could do more. I'm just not that strong. I'm not that, I have no cardio. I have nothing in the realm of strength, and so it's been really hard for me to stay active, and I get like embarrassed by the fact that I'm so clumsy. And I said to my boyfriend the other day, I'm like, do you think I would like martial arts? And he's like, no, you would absolutely hate martial arts. And I'm like, but maybe it would teach me to not be clumsy. Okay, so finished my tools, finished my bat, wiped down the table. The floor is a later problem. I'm going to clean my wheel really quick, and then we're gonna do little balls today so that I can make little trinket dishes and then I think we'll call it a day after that because it's already like 5 o'clock and I'm feeling like I need some lazy time today too. All right, I'm gonna get that started.